Okay, then it is the second time you are here in Hungary. It will be easy to ask that how is coming back to your place where you play, but there are so many. So it's just a question that how do you feel yourself when you come back to somewhere?
Yeah, last show I had here was amazing. The Hungarian crowd was absolutely stunning. I still remember that club, the home nightclub. I had a VIP table in the front when I started to play. Right before I started to play, and the crowd was coming up to me with my CDs, and I didn't know what to expect back then because I thought Hungary, who knows my music. But then again, maybe thanks to you guys and thanks to the fact that my CDs have been released here, everybody knew exactly what was going on. So it makes your job a lot easier, and it was great to see so many people actually know what you're doing.
This party is a part of your Acer 2006 tour. What about the reactions?
This has been the best received part of the series. It's a third part in the State of Trance series. I decided to do things a little different because I had so many great tracks to choose from. So I had On the Beach and In the Club for State of Trance 2006, and it seems that people really like the concept. I don't know. It's just it's great that a lot of people. I mean, it's the best-selling part of the series so far, and especially in America, we're over 30,000 copies right now. And it's only been a month old, so it's great. It's fantastic. I was like, the CD market is going down. Everybody's going over to downloads now, and here we are, still selling a lot of CDs. So yeah, it's just a great feeling, especially because this CD for me was a very hard choice because there was so many great records, and a lot of producers sent me their stuff exclusively, saying, I hope you can put it on your CD. And I was like, I have to make a choice, so that's why I chose the two themes, and it worked.
Yeah. What about the other series, the Universal Religion? Last year was skipped. Will you there be a follow-up, or this concept is dead? Or
No, the concept is definitely not dead. I will continue with Universal Religion. Actually, it's something that I'm really, it's the more deeper trance. It's the more, like maybe housey trance, if you want to call it like that. But it was only a single CD so far, so I might do a double CD next time. I don't know. I'm still considering. The fact of the matter is that the State of Trance series are so strong that I don't know what I have to do with Universal Religion yet. But I've been talking with my management, and we've been discussing a lot what we should do with it. And I think next year I want to come back with another Universal Religion CD.
We're looking forward to it. Nowadays, there are DJs hardly play vinyls. They are on CDs or laptops. You like Ableton. You talked about this thing so much, but you don't use this kind of softwares in the DJ booth. So, what is your opinion about this?
I think my laptop, when I use the user manual, I see a laptop is designed only for home or office use. It doesn't say for use in a smoking environment. Well, people tend to spill alcohol on your laptop while you're playing. I love the laptop. I love the creative possibilities. I use it every week for my radio show, State of Trance. I mean, most of my shows are mixed in Ableton Live. But to DJ live with it, I don't know. You might as well just be playing the CD that's inside the laptop. So I find it a pretty unsatisfying thing still, because it's not that much interactive. Although the creative possibilities are endless, I think you can be very creative with two or three CDJs. What I'm doing right now, I bring the memory cards, I have the cue points. I love the 800 mixer of Pioneer, and DJing with CDs still gives you a little bit of the vinyl feeling. I must say I miss vinyl. I really do miss. And for me, from vinyl to go to laptop instantly would be too much of a jump. Right now I'm just playing with CDs. Who knows, in the future, if there's a cool interface for a laptop, I might be using a laptop. I don't know still. But at the moment they haven't built a laptop yet that can last 9 hours on one battery, or 9 hours running stable without crashing. I mean, even though I love Macintosh, my Mac still crashes sometimes. And if there's a crowd in front of you of 2,500 people who paid all 20 euros to come into a club, and they have to wait for your laptop to reboot for 2.5 minutes, it can kill the atmosphere. And I don't want to have that on my conscience. So what I do now, I burn my tracks on high quality CDRs, not the regular CDRs that you buy in stores. I have CDRs that are almost €1 per piece. They're called Mum-E's. They're like really high quality CDRs. I can assure you that the stuff that I burn is only on 2-speed burning. It's absolutely stable, so I can guarantee my audience, unless there's a power failure, that the music will continue, which I think is the whole essence of DJing. And the laptop gives me too much of a risk for crashes.
So that's the answer for laptops. Yeah, I think the days passed when they talked about the death of trance. Trance is a part of pop music, the pop industry. But the question is, do you agree with that, or if you are, what is the future? This kind of music is as a part of pop music.
I don't think trance is part of pop music. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what trance is. I mean, let's start with that question. Everybody has a different definition of the word trance. Some people say it's cheesy, predictable, commercial music with long breakdowns and cheesy vocals. And some people say it's cool underground music that has progressive elements and electro elements. And for me, it's just all dance music. I don't want to focus too much on the word trance. I don't care. I just play the music that I really like. And it's just a really hard, ongoing discussion. I don't know if you remember the start of the year mix 2004 that I did. What I said in a different voice, because I pitched my voice, is that progressive and trance have been declared dead officially for the 4th time. Well, this is the 5th time that the progressive and trance have been declared dead, and yet it's still the most popular kind of dance music out there. So, trance for me is something different than for a lot of people. And I think when you ask all the viewers that are watching right now what their definition of trance is, everybody will have a different definition. I mean, the website Trance Addict, for instance, there's a lot of people there on there who like Sasha and Carl Cox. Is that trance, or is it not trance, or what is trance? So that's a very hard question. All I know is that the music that I'm playing, that a lot of people call trance, pulls a lot of people. My radio show has over 2.5 million listeners. My CDs sell. Armada does really well as a record company, and there's still a lot of people that like trance music in that sense of the word. So I don't think it's dead. I think it's evolving, and it's very interesting because music always evolves when other styles get involved. You hear a lot of electro influence in trance right now. You hear a lot of progressive elements. You hear a lot of techno influence. So there's no definition of trance. I think it's just all one big mash.
You mentioned your radio show State of Trance. It changed because it's now broadcasted on terrestrial FM radios. Your goal was reach more people with trance. What about the result?
I think I did it. No, I mean, I was ashamed that I can't do the show in live anymore. Let's say that to start with. I really liked playing live. I really liked being in the studio and having the latest track and put it on the turntables and play live instantly. That's what I love. But the problem is, I had to continue with the show, and I sold the show to a company called the Radio Department in London. And they helped me to exploit the show worldwide. And I have some exclusive news for this interview. From September 12th, we will have another radio FM station that will join the worldwide broadcast of the State of Trance, which is Kiss FM in London. And I'm really proud of that because it's going to be national in the UK. It's going to be on their internet site. It's going to be it's going to be big for the people living in the UK, but also abroad, because Kiss FM is a popular station. So it only shows you that trance is becoming more and more popular, and people really like what's happening with trance at the moment. So it's just great.
Yeah, sure. Kiss FM is reachable in Europe in satellite as well, so it'll be great.
So you can listen to a set of trance.
Yeah. Okay, what about the production work? New songs, new album, everything else you can tell us?
Well, I've been telling to quite a few people that I'm planning on releasing sort of a in-between album, because there's so many people that are still requesting older tunes of mine, like Touch Me by Rising Star, Sound of Goodbye, Communication Part 3, and also people want like the full version of Raccoon, they want the full version of Sail, which have never been on an album. So, and I've created a lot of new tracks meanwhile, and I have a lot of loose ends. At the moment, I'm back in the studio with a lot of. I've been working together with quite a few interesting artists from the 80s. I have a lot of vocals that I'm working on.
Tell more?
No, I can't tell because, I don't know if I'm going to use the track. So if I tell you a name now and the track doesn't end up on the album, then. But I've been working in the studio again with Justine Suissa, for instance, and I'm also working on new ideas for our next Armin Only tour. And that's definitely going to happen. The Armin Only concept really worked for us, and that's something that I want to continue worldwide. And I've just done a remix for a big track for a movie, for a very big movie in Holland. I can't tell you which movie yet. I can't tell you what it's about, but all I can say is it's the biggest budgeted movie ever in Holland. So it's going to be big. It's going to be, it was really exciting to work on because it was a dream coming true, especially working with those artists. So I finished that. That will be the next single. My Raccoon track has just been released. And apart from that, I have a lot of stuff that I want to keep under wraps until I'm going to release the album.
You mentioned Armin Only. Will you rock Ahoy this year again?
I hope so. I think so.
Is there anything you can tell about that?
The only thing I want to say is water.
Last year fire and then this year water. Okay. And what can we expect tonight here in Hungary?
I rearranged my CD case. I burned a lot of new tracks, but I don't want to make it too difficult tonight. So I think I'm gonna, play a good mix of the tunes that have proven themselves this summer, and quite a few tracks from the ASA 2006 CD, and quite a few new tracks. I got a new Marco V track, which I really love. It's a great track. I got a new Rank 1 track, which is great. I've got my own new track that I want to test out, and I've been following the reactions closely to what I've been playing on A State of Trance recently. And there's quite a few. It's crazy because usually in the summer it's really slow, but over the past 3-4 weeks I got so many great new tracks, like amazing. So
we are looking for it, and thank you for the interview.
No problem. Thank you. Thanks, guys.